Magnesium phosphate also is another liquid magnesium that you can sometimes find. So liquid magnesium, liquid vitamin C, probiotics, lots of water, and that's the way you want to treat constipation issues, although the vitamin C and the magnesium are more for emergency needs. Drinking more water on a daily basis and taking probiotics on a daily basis is more of a day-to-day regimen to keep constipation from occurring. And by the way, diabetes, eye problems, ED, and gout are basically the same issue. They're inflammatory issues, and mostly they have to do with digestive problems. So it sounds to me like when you correct your digestive problems, you may notice that your other issues are going to improve as well. Thanks so much for writing, Chris. Appreciate your letter. All right, let's go back to the phones and see what Frank has to say. What's up, Frank in Wisconsin?
What's the difference between L-arginine and arginine, and does longevity have some powder arginine? And also, a lot of people have been telling me, because I don't work out a lot, but I've been doing the whey protein powder with the BTT, and they were like, oh, you're wasting your time. If you don't work out, that's what whey protein is for. And you're just wasting
I can't address stupidity, so I'm not going to even mention. I'm not even going to address that. But put that in the category of stupidity. Actually, put that in the category of stupidity with a capital S, and that's all I'm going to say about that as far as whey protein and working out go. L-arginine, the prefix L and D that sometimes occur before amino acids or before nutritional supplements refers to what chemists call handedness, left-handedness or right-handedness. L stands for left or levo. D stands for dextro or right, and chemicals are actually kind of like gloves. They have two shapes. Just like if you have a pair of gloves, both gloves are identical, but they're mirror images of each other. That's the way certain amino acids and vitamins are. They can be identical, but they can be mirror images of each other. The body will typically only use one form or another, the L or the D. In the case of arginine, it only uses the L form, and most forms of arginine won't even bother putting the L because they're all L. Nobody's going to sell you D-arginine or R-arginine because it doesn't do anything. So the L and the D refer to whether the molecule rotates light to the left or rotates light to the right. Basically, it means is it a left-handed molecule or a right-handed molecule? The body can only use one or the other. In some cases, it can use the cases it can use the D. So if there's a molecule like arginine and only the L form is usable, a company that makes arginine may or may not announce it as an L form, assuming that most people will recognize that they're not going to sell you a D form, which doesn't do any good. So the L form refers to the fact that it's a left-handed type of molecule versus a right-handed type of molecule, but it's not anything that you necessarily need to worry about. All arginine that you buy, all reputable arginine that you buy, all arginine that you buy pretty much is going to be L-arginine. No, Longevity does not have a straight arginine product. It's pretty cheap stuff. There are some multi-level companies out there that are actually making money selling arginine, straight arginine, and it's unfortunate because it just gives nutrition a bad name. It gives multi-level companies a bad name. It gives supplementation a bad name. When you have rip-off companies selling something that you could get for $20 for $100 or even less, you can get arginine for even less than $20 for the same amount that you pay for a multi-level company's version for a lot more money. Now, I like multi-level. I have no problem with that, but I think products need to be reputable, they need to be unique, and they need to have something that sets them apart, or they need to be reasonably priced. If you want to make a little money, I'm a capitalist, and I have no problem making money, but you don't want to rip people off. And the multi-level companies out there selling arginine powder, straight arginine powder for $80 or $90 a pound, that's just unconscionable. Arginine powder, you can buy it at a health food store. Usually costs you about $30 for a big pound jar. You want around 5 grams of it a day if you have heart problems, or if you have, if you're an athlete and you're working out, or you're dealing with muscle building, if you're dealing with burns. We're going to talk a lot about dosing arginine tomorrow. But you don't need to spend a lot of money on arginine, and no, Longevity doesn't have it, although Longevity does have proteins that contain arginine. And thanks so much for calling. calling. Frank, and sorry I was a little harsh on your friends talking about whey protein. Why would people say something silly like that? Protein is not just for bodybuilders, people, and whey protein is not just for people lifting weights. Whey protein is an unbelievably powerful source of protein for a lot of reasons, and we'll probably be covering that in the next, in the coming months and coming programs on the bright side. Okay, got time for one more call. Mike, in the land of the dead, whatever that means. What's up, Mike, in the land of the dead? Oh, okay. That must be what Mike meant, the land of the dead. I think we lost Mike. All right. Anyway, thanks so much for calling. Thanks so much for calling, Mike. Appreciate from the land of the dead. And thank you to all our callers, and thank you to all our letter writers. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate that you appreciate nutrition as much as I do. Folks, if you saw what I saw, and if you've seen what I've seen in terms of how much a nutritional supplement program can create changes, physiologic changes, changes in the disease state, health changes that drugs cannot touch, you'd be screaming from the top of the rooftops like I am. You'd be as passionate about this stuff as I am. If you are dealing with any degenerative disease, if you're dealing with any breakdown disease, please understand it is in the body's nature to heal. If you're dealing with cardiovascular health issues, if you're dealing with diabetes, if you're dealing with digestive problems, if you're dealing with Alzheimer's disease, if you have a friend who's dealing with some kind of breakdown disease or a loved one, please understand that you don't have to deal with the medical model if you don't want to. You don't have to deal with prescription drugs if you don't want to. There are alternative nutritional strategies that can literally rebuild your body, because that's the way the body is designed. The body can turn on a dime, folks, as long as we turn on a dime. Thanks to everybody. I appreciate all you guys. Stay tuned for Alex Jones next on most of these stations. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all all later, folks. Bye for now.
Experts at Web.com want to build your business a successful website for free, just like we did for these current Web.com customers.
We've used and looked at other website designers, but there's nobody better than Web.com.
Web.com can build your website in as little as 7 days free. Plus, we'll promote it on all the major search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. If after 30 days you're happy, we'll continue to provide promotion, hosting, support, and maintenance, all for one low monthly fee. If not, cancel and pay nothing.
If you're in business today and you don't have a web presence, you won't be taken seriously.
Call right now and you'll also get a free .com or .net domain name for your new website, powered by VeriSign, the world's leading domain name provider.
Call 800-297-0154. That's 800-297-0154.
No upfront charge for site build, after which ongoing fees apply. Rights to site are relinquished when canceled. Domain included during active service, after which fees apply.
That's 800-297-0154.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800